Okay, so there we go. Got the stake pockets kind of mocked into place. As you can see, they're all nice and flattened out. Next step is going to trace these holes right here. Those are what mounted up to the header panel. So I'm going to trace those holes, drill them out. Then I'm going to buff or sand off the paint on this guy, the other face, and then on the actual side of the bed side as well. That way I can use the spot welder and spot weld it back like it was at the factory. Got the spot welder out, so now it's time to make this a bit more permanent. Well, looks like I tripped the breaker. Or there's a power outage. house is on, so must be a breaker. So I will attend to that. So there we go. Spot welded on. Most things kind of held, but it is still a little bit wavy, and there's still a little bit of paint in places, so didn't quite want to stick as much as I'd like. So overall, like, it's still attached to the side pretty well, but it didn't stick on the upper bit. So what I'll probably end up doing is just drill a couple holes and then plug weld it on with the MIG welder. But yeah, that's one mostly down, and just got to do the other three, and we'll check back. Alright, I got the rest of the stake pockets spot welded on. I did have to break out the MIG in a couple spots because it just wouldn't stick. Then I bolted up the header panel. It's been 3 days, and if you can hear, my neighbor is still blasting music, so I didn't record any of that. Otherwise, YouTube is going to give me some sort of copyright strike for music that I don't want in the video. But it's mocked up. We're about 46 inches wide, so I cut a 2x4 to run in the back, so I can sort of kind of see if I can get it picked up and put over there, kind of mocked up. Welder ran out of gas, so I probably won't be doing any welding. If I am, it's going to be flux core. So yeah, this is that's what's going on. Go. Bed mocked up. Obviously that is sitting way too high. My goal is to have the top of that rail sit about in line with that body line, and we are a little bit too high. What we're gonna do, and to get that drop, is we're sitting on this bumper bracket, so I might just yeah, I should be able to unbolt it. So I'm going to unbolt this bumper bracket, and then that'll let the rear end drop down, and this guy should sink down a bit lower. I do have just enough clearance, so I have, it's basically not touching there, and basically not touching there. I believe those wheels have more offset than these wheels, less offset. Those ones stick out farther than these ones, so I'll probably, when I get the actual wheels or some actual tires, or maybe I'll just use those for temporary, I'm going to put the black wheels on and then shift that off a little bit, so I'm not too concerned. But we do have it now sitting like it's an actual bed, sort of. It is still 6 inches too high. So yeah, I think I'm going to probably sort of jack that up a little bit and get those bumper brackets off. Alrighty then. So I ended up driving the truck a little bit, and by a little bit I mean I went into the alley and turned it around. So now it's flipped around, and main reason for that is that needs to come off now. So pretty much everything is mocked into place and it does move, but I do need to finish weld a lot of the stuff on the cab and a lot of the mounts. So it's coming off, so I can do all of that. I may or may not show you that, but for now I think that's it. Alrighty then, got the truck flipped around. Bed is a little bit better. It's now probably at about the right height for what I want to do. I might want to drop it just a little bit lower. Got those braces removed, and we'll see how I feel about the bumper. It's a little higher than I'd like, so I might modify those brackets and drop it about an inch or so. Up here's pretty good, but It's yeah, it's about level. So yeah, I might want to drop it about an extra half inch from where it is right now. But yeah, so it's just kind of sitting there. Obviously, it's sitting up on some wood. And I'm going to make some standoffs for it soon. Basically, going to figure out how I'm going to tie both sides together. Originally, there were some braces bolted together, and I think I'm going to do kind of a similar thing. And so I'm going to have just some square tubing running across there, and then I'll weld some standoffs from the frame rail up a little bit higher on both sides. But before I do that, I need to mount my battery. That's going to go right there. I have a battery box to weld onto the frame, and take care of the rest of that. But I'm going to probably actually just pop the bed off again because I do need to work on the cab. So I think I'm going to leave that there just kind of mocked up and not go too much farther, not do too much more with it right now. Kind of let it stew for a little bit. So yeah. All right. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.